Alright, it's the final end boss. I fought my way all the way through this game to put an end to this evil.
Did you think you could stop me? You won't succeed. Look how huge and strong I am. This sound is like children calling to their father. Hearing it, I suddenly woke up and realized all the horrible things I had done. I don't want to be evil anymore.
What the heck?
And this is our review of Rabbiman Adventure!
I'd like to thank the publisher for providing me a review copy of the game.
It was developed and published by Team Tiferet Ishrachim. The game was previously released on Xbox, ported to the PlayStation console to be released on October 22nd for the asking price of $20.99. What? Now, if I had to come up with a list of, family-friendly titles that I'd be confident letting toddlers and younger audiences have free reign to, the list would actually be pretty limited. Rest assured that Rabbiman here could appear on that list, as the gameplay and characters are innocent, and if anything, kind of look more like Big Boy than a spiritual influencer. If you can accept or get around the slight religious and cultural references here, this one might just fit into your kid's game library. If you wait for a sale, maybe. This indie developer's scope was to create a family-friendly 3D action platformer in the vein of something like a Mario Odyssey or Crash Bandicoot, scaled back a little bit, but simply enjoyable nonetheless for younger audiences. What they ended up with was a short, colorful game that focuses on using precision jumping, gliding, and hat throwing with the power of teleportation, with a list of actions that are fairly short, which actually may be a key feature when you're looking for games for younger audiences. The cute and bubbly characters here also make the game very approachable, along with the non-threatening enemy types that kind of disappear in a cloud of smoke when you hit them with your magical hat.
Nice.
The gameplay is extremely linear, with no reason given to explore very far off of the beaten path, for the most part. There are hidden collectibles which are placed just on the outskirts of your path, which are typically visible from your route, so it's a bit hard for me to consider them hidden, although I will say, keep your eye out on those waterfalls. The later stages do become more challenging, and they did end up actually putting the collectibles a little further off the beaten path, so I found myself having to replay a few areas to find them all, which, adds to the replay value. They included some light puzzle and problem solvings here that are all pretty intuitive and able to be completed by most older adolescents. Now, as I'd previously mentioned, the game does mix culture and religion into the environment and characters. So if you're sensitive to those kind of areas, you may want to be aware of this. The platforming and timed speedruns are designed well to be challenging for less experienced gamers to learn time jumps in a 3D environment. You collect little coins and they can be redeemed for cosmetics, as well as the additional cosmetic DLC that they've offered up here. But overall, these add little in the way of advancing gameplay. The game released on Steam, iOS, and Android, which totally explains its minimalistic feel. I do enjoy these simpler titles just to kind of veg out and collect coins, which these simpler titles are pretty therapeutic, I do believe. It always feels good to complete a level and see the totals for all the collectibles roll up to 100%. It's a simple dopamine, and I like it. I like it!
I like it a lot.
It really felt like the run function was missing here, as the repeated environments and missions became repetitive, and as any narrow-scoped game here, the replay value suffers due to the lack of reason to return once you've ran through it one time. And let's not forget those achievement and trophy hunters out there! You can rejoice knowing that this one is another easy completion with a single sitting in about 4 hours or so. without any real upgrades or changing gameplay throughout the entire game. It really started to feel repetitive and dull after a while. It was fun for the short time I spent with the title, and if you have no problem in recommending it for an adolescent, if the religious references don't scare you away. Adding another couple areas with additional power-ups, secret areas, or, I don't know, a reason to push beyond just going a straight line to the finish would have been a really welcome addition. All that being said, we rated the Rabbi here with a cool 3 beans out of 5. Yeah, well, that wraps up that review right there. Here's some notes I took where I put the keys to the truck. So, you know, we make these new review videos every week, so if you're an indie developer or there's something you want to see, I'm going to be ramping up and slamming multiple titles a week through the end of the year. Let us know your thoughts and recommendations in the comments down below. Be sure to visit again next week
As we continue to take humorous stabs at some of the industry's new and upcoming titles.
Stay safe out there. We'll see you next time on The Far.